So, sort characters by frequency. Given a string, sorted in a decreasing order based on the frequency of the characters. In our string here, the T appears only once, the R appears once, and the E twice. Since E is the most frequent letter in the string, meaning it's the letter that appears the most, all E's should come first. Then both the remaining letters appear only once, which means it doesn't matter which come first. So EETR is a valid answer, and EERT is also a valid answer. And as shown in example number 2 here, all occurrences of the same letter should appear together. And finally, example 3 indicates that the problem is case sensitive. Clearly, the first step would be to count the characters of the string, and it shouldn't take you long to figure out that the hash map is the ideal tool to achieve this. Let's store the characters as keys and the frequency as values. Now we can officially count the characters by iterating over each character in our string, checking if it exists in our hash map or not. If it does not exist, then we insert it and add a frequency of 1. If it exists, just increase the frequency. We've done the T already. Does the R exist within our hash map? No. Then we're gonna add it and add a frequency of 1 for it. Next, we move to the E. Again, it does not exist in our hash map, so we can add it and add a frequency of 1. And finally, there is an E, which actually exists in our hash map, so all we need to do is to increase this value to 2. The efficiency of counting letters like that comes from the fact that the hash map has a lookup time of O of 1. This will prove more useful if we have a bigger string, because for each character that we're checking for, we won't need to iterate over each character that we have visited already to check if it exists or not and to check for its frequency. Now that we have the frequency of each character in the string stored in an array-like fashion, it should be really easy to sort them based on value. And after decreasingly ordering these frequencies, it should look like that. Now the only thing left is to generate the result string. We're gonna start from the top and take the most frequent letter in the original string. But remember, as we have seen in example number 2, all occurrences of the same letter should appear next to each other. So if I'm gonna start with an E, I need to add all occurrences of E next to each other. And this should be pretty straightforward since I know already how many E's were there in the original string. So I'm gonna add that many E's. And I'm done with it. Then I'm gonna move to the next letter, which is T. How many T's did we have? Only 1, so let's add it. And that's it. And finally we reach the R, which we have 1 of, so let's add it as well. And that's it. We reach the end of the hash map. There's no more letters to generate, meaning that we have generated all the letters that existed in the original string. And that's the easiest, efficient way to reach a solution.